Hey everyone, welcome back to my indie game design channel. I'm Nick Latray, and before we start, I just wanted to say that I've got a new mic today. The audio is going to be better than it was before, so I hope you like this next video. Let's get into it. Have you ever found yourself grinding endlessly in a game or being hit with constant pop-ups for in-game purchases? Or maybe you've experienced the frustration of trying to cancel a subscription only to find it nearly impossible? Well, my friends, you might have been a victim of dark patterns. Now, speaking of dark patterns, if you want to continue watching this video, you're going to need to donate $20 to... I'm kidding, of course. Can you imagine if YouTube worked like that? But that's basically what some games are doing to us. Dark patterns are manipulative design techniques that push players into making decisions that benefit the game company, often at the expense of your fun. In today's video, we're going to dive deep into some of the most common dark patterns in game design and how they affect you as a player. So, first off, what exactly is a dark pattern? Well, in game design, a dark pattern is basically a mechanic that tricks or pressures a player into taking an action that they normally wouldn't take. It's a way of exploiting how humans think and behave to make us spend more money, play longer, or make decisions we might regret. Sound familiar? Whether it's sneaky loot boxes, pay-to-win mechanics, or forced microtransactions, dark patterns come in all shapes and sizes. While some may seem harmless at first, the cumulative effect of these patterns can turn a fun gaming experience into a frustrating, money-draining ordeal. Let's break down the most common dark patterns you'll find in gaming today, starting with the dreaded pay-to-win mechanic. Pay to win is exactly what it sounds like. If you want to win or even stay competitive in a game, you'll need to spend real money. We see this a lot in mobile and free-to-play games when your success is tied to your wallet and not your skill. Pay-to-win mechanics can frustrate players who just want a fair gaming experience. Instead of rewarding effort or skill, games that use these systems encourage people to open their wallets. Take Candy Crush, for example. It starts off easy enough, but once you get into the later levels, it's designed to make things so difficult that you're tempted to spend money on extra lives, boosters, or moves just to finish a level. And then there's FIFA Ultimate Team. The game's loot boxes, called packs, are literally a form of gambling that tempts players into buying more in hopes of getting rare top-tier players. The odds are hidden, and the frustration of getting low-quality items keeps players spending. Next up is a big one, loot boxes. These mechanics prey on our deepest desires. It's basically gambling, and players, especially young ones, can easily get hooked. Loot boxes are especially harmful because they hide the odds of getting rare items, pushing players to keep spending in hopes of getting that one elusive skin or item. Time gates are another common tactic. These are mechanics that force players to wait long periods to complete actions unless, of course, they're willing to spend money to speed things up. Time gates encourage players to endure the grind or pay up. It's a subtle form of pressure that can lead to frustration if you don't want to fork over the cash. So, what's the real cost of these dark patterns? It goes beyond just spending money. These tactics create frustration, reduce the overall enjoyment of the game, and can even lead to players abandoning games altogether. For some, the worst part is feeling like you're being manipulated when you realize that a game is pushing you into spending money, then the fun fades away. That's why so many modern games are being called predatory. Unfortunately, some of the biggest and most beloved games are guilty of using dark patterns. Take Fortnite, for example. The game is free to play but filled with cosmetic items and limited time skins that create FOMO, or fear of missing out. On average, Fortnite generated about $4.4 billion in revenue in 1 year alone, with much of that driven by cosmetic purchases like skins. Each skin can bring in millions of dollars across a season, as skins are often released with limited availability and high demand. With its number of concurrent players, it's estimated that Fortnite players on average have spent around $58 to $85 on Fortnite in-game items. So, as you can see, it's not hard to imagine why these large studios or publishers are pushing for live service games. Another example is the controversy surrounding Star Wars Battlefront II. When it was released, players quickly discovered that the game's progression system was heavily reliant on loot boxes, sparking massive backlash. Iconic characters like Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker were locked behind a significant in-game currency grind. Estimates at the time suggested it would take around 40 hours of gameplay to unlock a single hero unless you paid for crates, speeding up the process. Now, not all games use manipulative tactics. There are plenty of games out there that value players over profits. Take Supergiant's Hades, for example. Instead of exploiting dark patterns, this roguelike focuses on empowering the player. You might die over and over, but each failure feels like progress. The game respects your time by offering you meaningful decisions, like which weapon to upgrade or which boon to pursue, ensuring that every run feels unique. There's no artificial grind or hidden pressure to pay your way through the game. It strikes a perfect balance between difficulty and reward, leaving the player feeling in control of their experience without the hidden manipulation of a pay-to-win scheme. Similarly, Slay the Spire offers a fresh take on the deck-building genre by presenting players with constant, meaningful choices. Every decision feels impactful. Whether it's choosing a card, navigating the map, or selecting a relic, you're always shaping your run based on skill and strategy, not because the game is nudging you towards unnecessary purchases or grind. The game doesn't try to trick you into buying content or extending your playtime artificially. Instead, it provides a balanced experience where success is earned, not bought. In contrast to dark pattern-heavy games, these examples highlight how good design can respect the player's intelligence and time. They focus on fun, fair, and challenging experiences, and that's the kind of design we should all be aiming for. If you're a developer, consider the long-term trust of your players. Dark patterns might bring in short-term gains, but they can damage your reputation and drive players away. Designing games ethically means rewarding player effort and creating systems that respect the player's time and money. Remember, players are smarter than you think. Respect them and they will respect your game. Thanks for watching, and let me know in the comments what dark patterns you've come across in your favorite games, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you like this type of content. See you in the next one.